for
Nsem-Pii will honor more, now Nsem so it is. Utie, now share on my YouTube channel.
Be the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Quickly, Yenfe Ninchemu, Office of the Special Prosecutor, Yura Kisia Jabena Soe, we are more numerous, so in fact, anopa and Paula Domoche, the crata betuja about an EMI cost behind the scenes, letter, 1 year free OSP, a whole lot of things. And corruption scandals, be a year, more fun, and che, bare few hours ago. And a bit to just say Paula Domoche copy more OSP office no, Yura Kisia Jabe, and then the lawyer say, oh, action. Now, moche now, must say, or mobile bill, na bill no, mobile on cofa asase, and answer a dime, ni dean also, and found one crata and brand son or one bill. Back and forth, Paula Domoche and son come as Sabra Minoka say, Paul, Eda so, a buying kukuma, and answer that OSP on one. Obinim de OSP ne de ben. Don't forget say Thursday, so Saturday, Friday, Saturday court be antennas. Inti likely say Paul Adomoche benya no ho di ma say probably like Monday more na ebia obenya no ho di. Na Paul Adomoche lawyer. Your friend Apreko Japan, one in the good evening Ghana. Oba show no so na nwumre babe chirechim DC nyina back and forth from time we move to OSP office in Comoy call. So the Kobai na some report at that OSP no or the full report at Ujayinti Paul Adomoche lawyer Audi name at the call OSP office NDC or Chima Paul Adomoche form be so unfairly another host of things. Yinti lawyer Apreku Japan.
Of our spectators. So as you are aware, we were invited, or the hosts Paul Adomoche was invited to the offices of the Special Prosecutor around Ridge, number 6 Haile Selassie Avenue, to come for questioning in relation to what was termed as corruption or corruption-related offences. No problem. Nothing is wrong with that. In fact, it is good because these are the things that help build a democracy. That when things go wrong in society, or when there are allegations that things have gone wrong in society, law enforcement agencies make sure that the right thing is done and the right person is nabbed. Granted, that's aside. So the lawyers for Paul Adomoche write to the Office of the Special Prosecutor and tell him that Thursday, which is today, would be unavailable. It will be relatively difficult for them to attend court, to attend the meeting or investigation, the inquisition, whatever, however you may refer to it, on a Thursday. And so, if possible, it should be shifted to Monday at 3 p.m. and then they would attend. It would interest you to note that less than an hour after the letter was dispatched to the offices of the OSP, the office lawyer, whoever, director of asset recovery management, wrote back and said that no, he must attend on Thursday, which is quite interesting because at any point in time, people are able to attend investigations. They tell the police, and we do it all the time. Police invite someone for investigations. Come and answer these questions. The person says that, oh, I have a funeral at Kwewu. Give me time and I'll come. And these are long-standing institutions. The police service has existed before independence. Yet, these are the practices and procedures they follow. You say, no, he must come today. No problem. Granted, he comes today. You place him under arrest for corruption and corruption-related activities, conflict of interest, and breach of the public procurement laws. No problem. You conduct an interrogation into the activities, which quite frankly, even got at a point in time, got confrontational. But that's also aside. Now, at the end of everything, you then give him a form and say, you tell him that, oh, on this form, fill it. He fills, oh, his name, the name of his mother, the name of his father, the name of his children, the name of his spouse, all the details around him or about him. But in one section of the document, it is written there that he should declare landed properties he has. Properties in Ghana he has. He should write it there. The man says, well, I don't have any properties in Ghana. And so he says, NA, non-applicable. No problem. So there's a hearty conversation, cordial. We are discussing. In fact, some of the officers start telling that, oh, if that's the case, you may have to start coming once every week, discussing what is going to happen subsequently. And Paul was open to it because he's here. Everybody knows where he stays. In fact, he has been open about his residence, that he stays somewhere at Teshi. Everybody knows this edifice. This is not somebody who is going to run away. No problem. That is granted. So they take this paper, this form, this sheet, go inside, and then come back. And in coming back, tell us or say that these are the bail conditions. 2 landed properties. When we say landed properties, land or house, 2 of them in the name of the accused. When this person had just told you that he doesn't have any property in his name. So now you say that he must provide landed property in order to meet bail conditions. And then there's also another bail condition of 2 persons, 1 public officer, not less than the rank of a principal officer. No problem, he's ready to satisfy the bail conditions. So we make the discussion that, he then tells the officer that, he just told you, I do not own any landed property in Ghana. So if I do not own any landed property anywhere, I don't have land anywhere in my name, I don't own anything like that. So how far now? Let's talk about it and see if the bail conditions can be reviewed. You then go, the officers then go, it comes back and says that, no, the bail conditions must be satisfied. So I ask the question that's here, and let us all answer it. Assuming your brother is arrested and goes before the police station, the police service, and the police tell him that he must bring his land documents, he must have land, he must bring his land documents, and he says he doesn't have any. Is it justified for him to be behind bars? Is that the basis? You see, the rationale behind bail conditions in Ghana, and why every time, for those of you who have had problem with the law before, is that why every time we will say that go and bring another person's documents is that you may not be rich, but you may know someone in your church who has land. So assuming I'm arrested, I may know someone in my church. I attend Divine Mercy Catholic Church at East Legon, Oponglo. I may have someone there who I'll say that, this is the problem that has happened. So, Father, I beg, look around and see anybody who has landed property. Even murder cases that we've done, the High Courts of Ghana grants bail and says that you bring two sureties, one to be justified, meaning one person must have landed property. It means that if someone is poor and does not have property or is not rich, the person is given the opportunity to bring somebody with metal or with wealth or opportunity, or who has the means to stand as surety for the person who is accused. But if you tell somebody who is accused, who you have the power to throw behind bars, that he should bring land documents, he's told you that I have no land documents. I have no land. I have not purchased, because the land even which he lives is in his mother's name. You say that that's the basis for which somebody has failed to meet bail conditions and so he should be thrown behind bars. Another accused person, also the same thing. He doesn't have landed property in his name, so he should be put behind bars. I mean, it's quite frankly bizarre. All jokes aside, it is quite frankly bizarre. And we cannot continue like this. And it may not be about liking or hating a person or what a person stands for. I don't like everybody. Not everybody will like me. But it doesn't mean that if something wrong is happening, we should keep quiet and jubilate or rejoice over it. Yes, if the person has committed wrong, no problem at all. Go through the appropriate legal remedies. Let these things, follow due process, and let the law, practice. Let us see due fidelity to legal principles. Now, if they can put up the constitutional provision for me, so we do some discussion on it. The 1992 Constitution, more specifically Article 14.3, it says that a person who is arrested, restricted, or detained, A, for the purpose of bringing him before a court in execution of an order of a court, or upon reasonable, and this is the important part, upon reasonable suspicion of his having committed or being about to commit a criminal offense under the laws of Ghana, and who is not released, shall be brought before a court within 48 hours after the arrest, restriction, or detention. Now, viewers, you see here the text says that 48 hours. 48 hours means 2 days. What it means is, if you are arresting someone on a Thursday evening, 42 hours from the Thursday evening will be weekend. The court won't sit on a weekend. So you then tell the person who has already told you that he hasn't have any landed property that he should go and bring landed property, or else he will not be able to satisfy the bail conditions, and he cannot go scot-free.
But let me cut you in. This is very unreasonable.
Yes, this is unreasonable.
And for emphasis, you say that Paul had written in the form submitted
that he
to
doesn't
him
have
that he doesn't have a landed property
in his name.
So
Even if he didn't write that he doesn't have landed property in his name, I've already explained the rationale behind bail is securing someone to stand in surety for you. So the person would come and say that, okay, this is somebody.
No,
I
so
know.
in the thinking of the special prosecutor,
Yeah.
if I don't have a landed property today,
Yes.
and I go to any court or I get arrested by
You'll be
it means that I have to go to prison.
Yeah. Yeah,
for,
you'll be
for being
for 48
poor.
hours.
So
For
all the
being poor.
people that do not have landed
Me,
property.
I'm part. I don't have landed property. I don't have land
But how
anywhere.
can you think like that?
So if anyone comes to arrest me and says that I don't have land anywhere, so because
It means
of
go
that,
to jail.
I will go to
because
jail for 42 hours.
He thinks that that's the loophole.
But I may know someone
yes, of course.
who is an individual of me.
That's where the
I may
surety
know a
comes in.
public office, and that's the point of bail. That is public surety. That's why there is surety. Public, you go for somebody who
So
is of
he's
repute.
acting as a judge in his own court.
More or less, and it's sad. It's quite sad.
But this is very unreasonable, and I'm wondering how special prosecutor thinks that he can act this way.
Well,
somebody who is supposed to protect the interest of the public. And that is why you are there, special prosecutor. If you are watching us, you are there to protect our interest. You are there to protect our taxes. You are there to protect the law. And so I'm surprised that you would act this way. Is it because you think that Paul comes on touch screen and talks against you, or says his mind on what he thinks you are doing right or wrong? Is it for you to show him that you have the power, and so you can arrest him and keep him behind bars anyway, anyhow you like it? This is a very difficult situation. I'm sure you may want to help us to answer these questions.
Even Julius Caesar, his time passed. Even Julius Caesar.
I am surprised. I'm very surprised.
So these things, it's some way. And even after, when he was being taken away, where is he going to? Because the reason you would often have police station like Mamprobi police station, the reason you would have them allowing you to have access to the person there is, you never know the medical condition the person may have.
Exactly.
So you need to know where the person is being sent to, so that you know that, okay, if he's to take his medicine at this point in time, maybe his wife or his mother would bring it to him. They were doing merry-go-round with where he is, doing convoy. One convoy is passing here.
Lawyers.
One convoy is passing. One car is passing here, going here. Then you are asking, where is he? He is not to be found here because we went here. So, he's
because
not
I
here.
came there. I came to the special prosecutor's office.
From the OSP's office, some of them were at a venue of at a law enforcement agency. I do not want to mention. Right in Accra, Rage.
Waiting for him.
We went there. We saw it. We asked, where is he? Oh, he's not here. So, Wufi OSP office. What was the point?
I was at the gate. I was at the gate for over 3 hours. I saw media men. I saw people who were ready to report.
Who were ready to report? Then
nobody knew.
Nobody knew
where.
So it is just now that we've been able to learn that he is in his whereabouts or the venue of his.
But why are you even keeping the whereabouts of the person
private?
For what? Why
is anyone going to breach? And you see.
You are following the law. Why are you keeping it private?
The law, our constitution, particularly in the Fourth Republic, is tilted to rights and liberties. It's that there's an inclination in Chapter 5 of the Constitution to rights and liberties. So there is a presumption, and we have this. It's called anybody, even somebody you see chopping the head off of another person, is presumed innocent.
Exactly.
So proven guilty.
Yes.
And consequently convicted in a court of competent jurisdiction. Bail, according to Section 96 of Act 30, the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act, 1960, Act 30, is not used as an avenue to punish an individual. Bail is never to be harsh, neither is it meant to be onerous. So, if the person has not been convicted by a court, you know where the person lives. He has never made his residential address not known. You know where his office is here. He comes here for good.
Every Tuesday, every Thursday, he's here. So you know he cannot run away.
He's here. You know his children, are being educated in this country. He has links to people, friends, bonds, and everything. How will this individual
run away?
In
the morning when I watched the video, and you had been with him in the morning, in fact, I was quite skeptical about concluding that the special prosecutor was
going to arrest him. Actually.
Exactly. And the fact that it had been concluded this was a witch hunt. I mean, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's a special prosecutor. I've seen him. I've had some encounters with him, and I think he's a fine gentleman. But I can now conclude that this is a witch hunt from the evidence put before us.
This witch hunt so great, it makes even Chewa jealous. See, there's a this is a serious issue. It is a serious issue.
It is.
So bail is not used as an avenue. You don't use bail to say, we are going to restrict this person. We're restricting this person.
So you were powerless.
That's not what bail is for.
It is not. A special. This is not.
And it's not about. You see, it's not about. And that's one thing I always say. It is never about the person, but it is about running down institutions. And I have always been, I was one of the largest. I've been the largest critics. I'm one of the ferocious critics of the operations of these national security agents. Mask, this gun here, gun, even under NPP, because what's the source for the goose? It's source for the ganga.
Exactly.
If we say, and to those people in the NPP who are also saying that they've done this to Paul, so when we come, you do a democracy.
It is the system we are fighting for. It is the structures we are fighting for. We want things to work.
2028 and about 2032, which we are going to show NDC. So it will get to a point in time where people will begin to lose trust in institutions and rather gain confidence in muscle. There's this case, Nsem-Pii versus Carrington, those who are educated in UK.
Let me allow you to go on, and then, of course, with the act that you're putting up.
Yeah, no problem. So there's this case called Nsem-Pii versus Carrington, and there was a judge called Lord Camden, and he said something. He said that every human being enters society for the protection of life and property. Every human being enters society for the protection of life and property. Why did he say this? There was a time before the advancement or the creation of civilization where everybody, it was everyone for himself, God for us all, the strongest, the fittest, people would kill to have food and things like that. But as time went on, we began to get civilized. And so it became about the institutions, the structures, and how we can protect and keep these things. So if we make it about individuals and personalities, no society is built like that. A classic example in Ghana's history is this guy, Joe Appiah. So Joe Appiah was a Ghanaian politician. In fact, Joe Appiah's history is so interesting because at the time he married one woman called Peggy Cripps, who was the daughter of, I think, the Chancellor of the UK. And this is the 50s. So, an upper class British woman marrying a black lawyer, it was not heard of. And so Joe Appiah was everywhere. Now, Joe Appiah ran against Buzia in the PP. He wanted to be flag bearer. He wanted to lead the Progress Party. But then Joe Appiah lost to Buzia, who won. Buzia won the 1969 general elections with 105 out of 140 seats in the election and was sworn in as Prime Minister on the 1st of October 1969. Joe Appiah took more or less a counter position to Buzia. It would interest you that after Buzia was overthrown, Joe Appiah was made the head of a policy known as Unigov, which was to make sure that the military and the civilians would govern together and it was in perpetuity. It means forever the military and the civilians will have a union government. It is that same, and in fact, Joe Appiah was even given a helicopter to go around campaigning for Unigov. It is that same Unigov that led to the downfall of Achampong. And after Achampong fell, Joe Appiah's legacy vanished. If Joe Appiah had stayed firm and said, no, this is a democracy, Achampong cannot overthrow Buzia. You cannot pick sides and things like that. Joe Appiah may have had his name etched in the annals of Ghanaian history, but that didn't happen. And so it may not be so much so about, it shouldn't be about personality, but it should be about institutionalism. But as for telling somebody who has told you already, and it will interest you to note that at the time, Paul was giving information that he did not or he does not have any landed property or property in his name. He did not even know that bail was up for discussion. And so it was then taken, used, and then said, hey, bring your landed property, and he couldn't provide landed property, thrown behind bars. Ah, well, we are here. Back to you.
It's hard, and you see, the problem for me is not necessarily about Paul as in Paul, but about the system,
exactly,
the structure, the process, the procedures, and the things that we all fight for as a country. So today, it is Paul Adomochi